I died choking on my own blood. The taste of betrayal metallic and thick in my throat, as Alex's smug face loomed over me like a goddamn eclipse. The last thing I saw was his hand, steady and cold, shoving me down those slick marble stairs in our family's Hamptons estate. Accident, they called it later. A tragic slip for the grieving sister. But now, gasping awake in my old queen bed on the Upper East Side, sheets tangled around me like funeral shrouds, I realized the impossible. It's July 15th, 2023. 2 years before Mom's cancer diagnosis. And I'm 28 again. My heart pounding with the fury of the grave. The clock on my nightstand blinks, 6:47 a.m. The same digital glow that mocked me on the morning I first noticed Mom's cough turning chronic. My hands smooth, unscarred. Not the gnarled claws of a woman who'd clawed her way through chemo visits and boardroom battles, tremble as I sit up. The mirror across the room reflects a face I haven't seen without the hollows of exhaustion, sharp cheekbones, dark hair spilling wild over shoulders that don't yet ache from carrying the world. Lily Harper, the golden child turned sacrificial lamb. Dead at 30, resurrected at 28. This isn't some fever dream or Hallmark hallucination. The scar from my appendix surgery at 16 is right there. A faint pink line mocking my disbelief. I pinch my arm hard, pain blooms real and raw. I'm back. And Alex? That snake in Brooks Brothers Tailoring? He's about to learn what happens when the dead rise with receipts. I stumble to the bathroom, splashing cold water on my face. The porcelain sink cool under palms that remember signing Mom's power of attorney papers like it was yesterday. Or 2 years from yesterday. In my first life, I was the dutiful daughter, the VP at Harper Investments climbing the ladder while Alex coasted on family connections, charming his way through startups that flamed out faster than his marriages. Mom adored us both, or so I thought, until her lucid moments dwindled, and Alex slithered in with whispers of my neglect, painting me as the career-obsessed ice queen abandoning her for spreadsheets. He convinced her to rewrite the will on a good day, sequestered in her hospital bed while I was stuck in traffic from a client meeting. I got the call from the lawyer hours after she flatlined, disowned. The bulk of the estate, $200 million in assets. The Hamptons house. Everything to Alex. With a pittance for charity. Power of attorney? Meaningless once she was gone. And Alex had greased the executor with promises of board seats. Then, the fall. Witnesses? His golf buddies. Conveniently blind.
Motive?
To bury any contestation before I could lawyer up. But that was then. This time, I won't wait for the poison to set in. I grab my phone, iPhone 13, not the cracked 15 from my deathbed vigil, and scroll through contacts that haven't yet been poisoned by resentment. Mom's number first. It's answered on the second ring. Her voice bright, unlabored, the way it used to crackle with laughter over Sunday brunches at Sarah Beth's. Lilybug. Early bird gets the worm. What's got you up at this ungodly hour? Mom.
We need to talk.
In person. Now. My voice cracks. But not from weakness, from the rage boiling like bad coffee in an empty pot. She chuckles, oblivious, suggesting coffee at her place in an hour.
Perfect.
I dress in yoga pants and a cashmere sweater. The kind of armor that says casual but screams untouchable. As I hail a cab on Madison Avenue, the city pulses around me, horns blaring, joggers dodging tourists, the eternal grind of New York that chewed me up once and now feels like a second chance sharpening its teeth. Mom's penthouse on Fifth Avenue is a shrine to old money, crystal chandeliers, Warhol prints, And that go-doffel portrait of Grandpa Harper glowering from the mantel like he knows what's coming. She's in the kitchen when I arrive, flipping pancakes in a silk robe, her silver-streaked hair pinned up like she's hosting a gala, not breakfast. She pulls me into a hug that smells of Chanel No. 5 and vanilla. And for a split second, I almost break, almost tell her everything. The stares, the will, the way Alex's eyes gleamed like a wolf spotting veal.
But no.
Knowledge is a weapon, and spilling it now would make me the hysteric. Instead, I sip black coffee, strong enough to strip paint, and steer the conversation to her health. You look tired.
Mom.
Any weird coughs? Headaches? I ask, casual as a weather report. She waves it off, but I see the flicker, the seed of the lung cancer that ravaged her. The one Alex exploited like a cheat code. Just the usual city smog. Darling.
Now.
Spill. What's this urgent chat about? I set down my mug, the clink echoing like a gavel.
Alex.
I need to know where things stand with the estate planning. Powers of attorney. Wills, everything. Her eyebrows arch, surprise melting into that maternal pride she reserved for my practical side. We spend the next hour poring over documents in her study, the leather-bound folders crisp and untouched by the desperation of my memories. She's named me primary POA for health and finances, just as before, but this time I push. Make it ironclad.
Mom.
No loopholes. And let's loop in a neutral third party for any changes. She nods, a bit puzzled by my intensity, but agrees. As I seal the updated forms with her notary stamp, a thrill zips through me. Alex's ace in the hole. Neutralized before he can play it. But revenge isn't a straight shot. It's a labyrinth with mirrors. I can't just fortify the walls. I have to burn the maze down. Back in my apartment, I fire up my laptop. The screens glow, casting shadows that dance like ghosts. First order. Dig into Alex. In life 1, I was too busy propping up the family to notice the rot.
Now.
With 2 years hindsight, I know the signs. The late-night calls he dismissed as investors, the designer watches that didn't match his barista salary. I start with public records. LinkedIn shows him at yet another disruptive tech firm. But a quick dive into SEC filings reveals shell companies siphoning funds. Embezzlement? Maybe. Affairs? Dig deeper. By noon, I've got a PI on speed dial, Sarah Klein, a no-bullshit ex-cop who billed me a fortune in the old timeline for post-death investigations that went nowhere. Lily Harper? Long time. What's the play? Her voice is gravel and gin. My brother. Alex Harper. The full background. Financials. Associates. Discreet. And fast. She quotes a retainer that makes my Amex whimper, but I wire it without blinking. This is war. Budgets are for the living who fear losing. The afternoon drags in meetings at the firm, Harper Investments. The legacy Dad left before his yacht mishap when I was 10. I nod through pitches on ESG funds, my mind a whirlwind of timelines colliding. Colleagues comment on my glow, the radiance of the undead. But under the conference table, my foot taps Morse code. Revenge. 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 By evening, Sarah's prelim report pings. Alex's got a girlfriend on the side, a yoga instructor half his age, and offshore accounts in the Caymans that scream tax evasion. Small potatoes, but threads to pull. Dinner is takeout sushi on my balcony, the Hudson River glittering like fool's gold under twilight. I text Alex for the first time since death. Hey bro. Grabbing drink soon? Miss you. His reply is instant. Emojis dripping charm. Lily. Abs def. Name the spot. The hook is set. We meet at the Polo Bar 2 nights later. Wood-paneled opulence where deals are born and secrets die. He's there in chinos and a polo, ironic. Given his swing at my life, grinning like the prodigal son. Cease. You look killer. What's new in the Shark Tank? We clink glasses of Macallan. The scotch burning smooth. I play the part. Adoring sister. Venting about work stress. Laughing at his wild startup tales. But my eyes catalog the way he checks his phone every 5 minutes. The flush when I mention mom's estate tweaks.
Oh.
Just making sure everything's squared away. You know how she worries. His smile tightens. A hairline fracture.
Perfect.
As we part with air kisses, I whisper to the night air. Your move was check, Alex.
Ninskikmat.
But deep down, the hook twists in my gut. This isn't just payback, it's excavation. What else did he bury? And how far will I go to unearth it? The city hums below. Indifferent. As I slip into the crowd, a ghost with a grudge. Ready to haunt. The first fracture in Alex's facade cracks open a week later. Over a family brunch at mom's that I orchestrate like a covert op. It's a Sunday in August. The air thick with humidity and the scent of fresh croissants from Maison Kaiser. Mom's in her element, flitting between the terrace table laden with heirloom tomatoes and artisanal cheeses. Her laughter a balm that stings my reborn soul. Alex arrives late, as always, blaming traffic from his meeting in Brooklyn, code for trysts, per Sarah's updates. He's all charm, kissing mom's cheeks, ruffling my hair like we're kids fighting over the last popover. Ladies, your knight in shining armor has arrived. What's the crisis, du jour? I smile, sweet as strychnine. No crisis, just catching up. Mom mentioned some investment ideas, thought you'd weigh in. Mr. Tech Whisperer. It's bait. And he bites, launching into a monologue about blockchain this and NFT that, his hands gesturing wildly enough to slosh his mimosa. Mom eats it up, her eyes shining with that blind faith that let him rewrite her legacy. But I'm watching the tells, the bead of sweat on his upper lip despite the AC. The way his gaze skitters to his phone when I mention financial transparency. By the time the quiche is served, I've steered us to estate talk casual, like discussing the weather. Mom, remember those POA updates? I had the lawyer add a clause for annual reviews.
No biggie.
Just covering bases. Alex's fork pauses midair, a sliver of egg yolk trembling. POA? You're still on that? Lil. You're like the family accountant on steroids. He chuckles, but it's forced. The sound scraping like brakes on black ice. Mom tilts her head, puzzled. It's smart, Alex. Lily's always thinking ahead. He recovers with a shrug. Hey, more power to ya, but I see the calculation in his eyes. The gears grinding.
Good.
Let him stew. Post-brunch. As Mom dozes in the sunroom, I corner him by the coat rack. Walk with me? Need your advice on something. We stroll Central Park. The paths dappled with shade from ancient oaks. Joggers and dogwalkers a blur of normalcy that mocks my mission. He's relaxed here. Or thinks he is. Waxing poetic about scaling the family empire together. I nod. Then drop the bomb. Heard you're dipping into some side hustles. Cayman's accounts? Bold move in this economy. His step falters. Just a hitch. But enough.
What?
Who told you that crap? Voice light, but eyes narrowing to slits. I feign innocence. The picture of sisterly concern. Just rumors from the firm. Thought you might need a heads up. IRS loves surprises. He laughs it off, clapping my shoulder too hard. Paranoid much? It's all above board.
Lil.
Trust me.
Trust.
The word hangs like smoke from a dumpster fire. Sarah's full dossier lands that night. A PDF thicker than a Tolstoy novel. Emailed from a burner account. I pore over it in my living room. Wine glass sweating condensation onto the glass-top table. Alex's girlfriend is Elena Vasquez, 25, yoga/influencer. With a trail of maxed-out credit cards and a suspiciously timed abortion clinic visit, his, no doubt. But the real gold, $50,000 funneled from Mom's discretionary fund last year, disguised as charity donations to a ghost nonprofit he controls. Embezzlement, plain as the nose on his smug face. And there's more, a hushed-up assault charge from college, expunged with daddy's lawyers. Victim, a sorority girl who changed her story. My stomach churns, not from the Merlot, but the realization. Alex isn't just a leech, he's a predator, cloaked in family plaid. The decision gnaws at me like a bad filling. Do I confront Mom now? Shatter her world with proof of her son's slime? Or play longer? Let the noose tighten? I choose the gray path. Controversial. Yes. But necessary. I hacked together an anonymous tip to the nonprofits board, thank you. Online tutorials from my dead downtime. Planting seeds of doubt without naming names. By morning, Alex's inbox is blowing up. Per Sarah's tap, panic emails to shady accountants, begging for paper trails. Score 1 for the Spectre. Work becomes my camouflage. The Harper Tower on Park Avenue, a steel and glass fortress, where I climb higher.
Faster.
In life 1. I burned out chasing VP, now. I weaponize it. Pitching deals that lock in alliances, lawyers, bankers, anyone who might testify to Alex's instability. My boss,
Gritzel de Drosenberg,
pulls me aside after a killer presentation on sustainable bonds. Harper, you're on fire. What's the secret? New trainer. I smirk. Just ghosts.
Ghosts.
But ghosts whisper doubts too. Late nights. Scrolling old photos, us as kids. Building sandcastles in the Hamptons. Mom snapping pics with her Polaroid. I feel the pull. Is this justice or vendetta? Alex is blood. Flawed as a cracked foundation. But redeemable? The old Lily would have given him the benefit. Loaned him bailouts. Forgiven the jokes that cut deep. New Lily? She's forged in fire. And fire doesn't forgive. The fracture widens at Labor Day weekend. The family retreat to the Hamptons house, a sprawling shingle-style behemoth on Georgica Pond. Waves lapping like unanswered questions. Mom insists. Tradition, and I can't refuse without tipping my hand. Alex drives up with Elena in tow, introducing her as a friend from work, his arm possessive around her waist. She's all sun-kissed limbs and vacant smiles, oblivious to the undercurrent. Dinner on the deck is a minefield. Lobster boils, corn on the cob, and Alex's stories inflating his ego like a bad soufflé. I play along, toasting to family first, but my eyes track him, the way he refills Mom's wine too eagerly, softening her for future whispers. Night falls sticky, fireflies winking like conspirators. I slip out to the beach, toes sinking in cool sand, the ocean's roar drowning my thoughts. Footsteps crunch behind me. Alex, bottle in hand, slurring slightly.
Lil.
Wait up. Deep talk time. We sit, the moon silvering the waves. And he unloads, stresses at work. Elena's demands, how mom favors me. It's a pity party with violins. But I hear the subtext, testing waters, gauging my guard. You know I'd never screw you over, right? We're Harpers. Blood's thicker. I stare at the horizon, the lie bitter on my tongue. Thicker than water? Or stairs? The words slip out, veiled. But he stiffens. What? I pivot, laughing it off. Nothing. Jet lag from a dream. He buys it. Clinking bottles. But the air thickens with unspoken accusations. As he stumbles back to the house, I text Sarah, ramp up. He's cracking, back in the city. The fracture's spiderweb. Mom's cough starts, a dry hack she attributes to fall allergies, and I schedule her checkup. Overriding protests with POA steel. Alex calls, voice edged, heard about the doc visit. Overkill much. I counter. Better safe. Love you.
Bro.
The line goes dead silent before his forced yeah. Love you too. October brings rain and revelations. Sarah uncovers the sorority girl's current life. Married.
2 kids.
In Ohio. But willing to talk for the right incentive. I wire her $5,000 and get a sworn statement. Alex's hands. Not playful, but bruising. Controversial? Hell yes, paying off the past like a mobster. But it's leverage. A dagger in my sleeve. I leak it to a tabloid contact from my old timeline, timing it for when mom's scans come back clean, early detection. My gift. The story drops. Eris's brother in college assault shadow. Alex's phone explodes. He shows up at my door at 2 a.m. Rain-soaked and wild-eyed. Lily. What the fuck? This you? His fist pounds the frame. Veins bulging. I open the door a crack. Chain secure. Me? Why would I? Feigned shock. Oscar-worthy. He rants. Accuses. The mask slipping to reveal the beast beneath. You always hated me succeeding. Jealous bitch. I let him rage, recording every slur on my phone hidden in pocket. When he lunges, I slam the door, heart hammering. The next day, I file a police report, restraining order incoming. Fracture? No. Full shatter. But as sirens wail in my mind, doubt creeps. Am I saving mom? Or destroying us all? The revenge tastes like ash. And the road ahead twists darker. November's chill seeps into my bones like regret. The kind that settles after you've lit the fuse, but can't outrun the blast. The restraining order lands like a gut punch, served to Alex at his Soho loft while Elena packs Louis Vuitton duffels. Her Instagram already scrubbing couple pics. Mom calls in tears. The news hitting her like a rogue wave. Lily. Is it true? Assault? My boy. I soothe her over FaceTime. Her face pale against silk pillows. The Upper East Side skyline mocking our domestic Armageddon. Mom. It's old news. But we can't ignore it. For your safety. She nods. Broken. But there's steel in her eyes, the Harper grit Dad passed down before the sea claimed him. Protect the family. Lily. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. Those words echo as I navigate the fallout at the firm. Whispers in the break room. Harper's got drama, but Ed shields me, bumping me to senior VP with a gruff. Earned it.
Kid.
Don't let the vipers bite. Vipers. Plural. Because Alex isn't alone. The dossier revealed enablers, his golf buddy lawyer, Mark Riley, who buried the college charge, and a venture capitalist and on Dad's side,
Così vera.
who's been funneling loans to Alex's flops. Time to widen the net. Sarah's my general now. Her updates a daily dispatch. Alex holed up in a Jersey crash pad. Lawyered up but hemorrhaging cash on PR spins. Elena's flipped, spilling to a gossip rag about his controlling streaks, jealous fits, smashed phones. I don't gloat, I strategize. Thanksgiving looms. A minefield of turkey and tension, but I host at my place, neutral ground, POA enforced. Mom arrives early, frail but fierce, clutching a bottle of A2O Chateau Margaux like a talisman. No, Alex, she declares, voice quavering. Not until he apologizes. I nod. Hiding the ache, family fractured. My doing. The doorbell buzzes at dusk. It's him. Uninvited. Reeking of bourbon and desperation.
Lil. Talk.
Please. His eyes are bloodshot. The golden boy tarnished. Against every instinct, I let him in, recording app live. Sarah on speed dial. The living room feels like a stage. Leather sectional. Abstract art from Mom's collection. The city lights twinkling judgment. He collapses onto the couch. Head in hands. It's all falling apart. Elena's gone. The stories everywhere. You did this, didn't you? To what? Get Mom's approval. I perch on the armchair. Legs crossed. Voice even. Approval? Alex. You've been bleeding us dry for years. Mom's fund, your charity, and that girl in college, you think I wouldn't find out? He jerks up, face twisting. That was nothing. She wanted it. Then flipped for attention. You don't know shit. The lie hangs. Ugly. And I play the clip, the victim statement. Her voice steady. He cornered me. Bruises lasted weeks. Alex pales. Then erupts. Bitch. I'll sue her. You. Everyone. He grabs a vase, Mom's antique Meissen, and hurls it. It shatters against the wall. Porcelain shards like our bonds. I don't flinch. Touch me. And the POA kicks in. You'll be cut off before dessert. He freezes. The threat landing like lead. Then. The unravel, sobs. Real or rehearsed. Spilling his truth. Dad's death. Not accident, Alex. 16 and reckless. Tampered with the yacht's lines during a joyride argument. Jealousy over Dad's favoritism. He was taking you to college tours. Ignoring me. I just loosened a rope. Storm did the rest. My world tilts. The seas whisper, now a roar.
Dad.
Gone because of sibling spite? The secret burrows. A worm in my gut. But I steel myself. You killed him, Alex. And tried for Mom's empire. For me. He shakes his head. Frantic.
No.
The will I panicked. You were always perfect.
Lil.
I thought if I got it all.
I di prove.
Prove what? Worth? The pathetic plea almost sways me. But memory flashes, stares.
Blood.
His whisper, sorry. Sis. Business. I stand. Voice ice. Get out. Or I call the cops, yacht logs. Forensics. Everything. He staggers up. Defeated. But his parting shot stings. You're no better. This revenge? It's poison. You'll end up alone. Like me. Alone. The word echoes post-exit. as I sweep shards and pour wine with trembling hands. Mom emerges from the kitchen, having heard it all through the cracked door. Lily. Her hug is fierce, tears soaking my shoulder. I suspected about your father. Hushed it for the family. Betrayal squared, Mom knew. Covered for him. The unraveling spreads. Threads pulling at my moral core. That night, insomnia grips, I pace. Debating. Expose Dad's truth. Or bury it deeper. Controversial calculus. Truth heals, but shatters. I choose half measure. Anonymous tip to the DA on the yacht. Phrased as new evidence, letting justice grind slow. December dawns gray. Christmas lights mocking the gloom. Alex goes radio silent. But ripples spread. Cousin Vera cuts him off after I casually forward the embezzlement docs during a holiday call. Family first.
Vera.
Right? Her thanks is curt, but effective. Mom's health holds, thanks to aggressive scans. But emotionally, she's a ghost. Canceling galas. Staring at Dad's photo like it holds answers. I fill the void, spa days. Therapy sessions I strong-arm her into. We're Harpers, I say. We rebuild. Work surges. Senior VP means corner office. Views of the Chrysler Building spiring like accusations. I close a $10 million green energy deal. Champagne toasts blurring the edges. But at the after-party, a colleague, Tipsy Tom from compliance, drops a bomb. Heard your bros sniffing around investors. Desperate times. Alex. Pivoting to sabotage? I double security. Change locks. But paranoia festers. New Year's Eve. Solo in Times Square via TV. The ball drops with confetti and cheers. I toast myself to second chances. But the unravel quickens. Sarah calls at midnight. Alex is booked a flight to the Caymans. Fleeing? I alert Interpol via a contact, framing it as fraud probe. Airport security nabs him, disheveled in economy. A wad of cash in his sock. The call from the precinct. MS. Harper, your brother's in custody. Wants to talk.
Igor.
Against advice. The holding room sterile as a morgue. He's cuffed. Unshaven. The fighter deflated.
Lil. Help me.
It's a misunderstanding. His plea cracks my armor, blood. After all. But then the twist. Mom knew about the will change. She signed it willingly. Said you were too ambitious, would squander it on causes. I was just the messenger.
Lie?
Truth? My mind reels, Mom. Complicit? The secret she'd buried with Dad's? I walk out. Head spinning. The city fireworks exploding like betrayals. Unraveling isn't linear. It's a knot, tightening as I pull. How deep does the rock go? And can I cut it without bleeding out? January 2024 bites with blizzards and betrayals. The snow blanketing Manhattan like a shroud over sins. Alex's arraignment hits the Post front page. Heiress bro busted, fraud and fury, and the conflagration ignites. Reporters swarm my building. Flashbulbs popping like gunfire. I dodge them in oversized sunnies and a Burberry trench. Channeling Jackie O on steroids. Mom retreats to Palm Beach. Her winter escape, now exile. Texting platitudes. Proud of you. Lily. Handle it. Handle it? I'm juggling lit dynamite. The DA's office calls. Fraud charges stick. But the yacht tip? Insufficient for reopening. Tennis. Harper. Statute's a bitch. Frustration flares. I hire a private investigator specializing in cold cases, funneling 6 figures for my bonus.
Day.
Harlan. I want manifests, Witness recants everything. He grunts assent. A grizzled vet with eyes like chipped flint. Meanwhile, Alex rots in Rikers. Bail denied after I testify to his flight risk. POA perks include character assessments. Visits? I grant one. Through plexiglass. His voice tinny over the intercom. You're killing me?
Lil.
For what? Dad would have hated this. Dad. I lean in, breath fogging the divider. You murdered him, Alex. And tried for Mom's soul. He blanches, then sneers. Mom signed the will. Ask her. The seed of doubt sprouts thorns. Post-visit, I fly south, confronting Mom in her oceanfront villa, whitecaps crashing like accusations. She's in a caftan, sipping gin and tonic, the ice clinking denial. The will, a moment of weakness. Lily. Alex spun tales of your neglect, late nights, missed birthdays. I regretted it instantly, but he rushed the notary, complicit, then corrected. Relief floods, tainted by sorrow. And Dad, she crumbles, confessing the cover-up, to spare you pain. He was troubled. Your brother. Always troubled. The word fuels the fire. Back in New York, Harlan delivers. Yacht logs tampered. But a deckhand's affidavit, paid off by Alex back then, now recanted for conscience's sake. We push the DA again. Manslaughter charges file quietly. A slow burn. Alex's lawyer begs a deal. I refuse. Controversial as scorched earth. No mercy, I tell Mom. He showed none. Spring thaws the streets, but not my heart. Work consumes. Deals in Dubai. TEDx talks on ethical investing, but the blaze spreads. Elena sues for defamation, claiming I orchestrated her smear. I countersue with audio of Alex's rages, leaked judiciously.
Così Vera testifies in deposition.
Her loans exposed as kickbacks. The family name tarnishes. Stocks dip 5%. But I rally board with transparency pledges, turning crisis to catalyst. Ed claps my back. You're a phoenix, Harper. But conflagration chars the innocent too. Mom's health dips, stress-triggered pneumonia, and guilt gnaws. I shuttle between boardrooms and bedside, for beeps syncing with my pulse. Alex writes from jail. Letters smudged with desperation. Forgive me. I was scared. I burn them. Ashes swirling in my fireplace like exorcism. May brings the climax. Trial date set for summer. But Alex jumps bail, courtesy of a bribed guard.
Pararlans wiretap.
Manhunt ensues. Alerts pinging my phone. I bunker down. Security 24/7. Paranoia a constant hum. Then, the call, MS. Harper, he's at the Hamptons' house. Armed, heart in throat. I race east,
Cops trailing.
the estate looms dark. Windows gaping like wounds. I enter first. POA gives moral authority, flashlight cutting shadows. Alex. My voice echoes off beams that witnessed Dad's legacy. He steps from the study. Pistol trembling in grip, stolen. Illegal.
Lil.
End this. Eyes wild. Cornered animal. We circle the Persian rug. Furniture barricades in a deadly game of tag. Put it down. Face it like a man. He laughs. Bitter.
Man?
You stole that from me. Mom's love. Dad's shadow. The will was my shot at even. Revelations tumble. The accident on stairs? Planned.
Yes.
But Mom's doing? whispered to him in a morphine haze. Handle her if she fights. Twist upon twist, my resurrection unravels further. The gun swings, I dive behind the desk, wood splintering from a wild shot. Liar. But doubt flickers. Mom's eyes in hospital. Cold calculations. Cops breach. Tasers crackling. Alex crumples. Cuffed and cursing. In the chaos, Mom calls. Is he alive? I sure. But the conflagration peaks. Interrogation yields truth. Mom orchestrated the will push. Her ambition, fear a projection of her own regrets, squandered youth for marriage.
Kids.
Alex. Her pawn. But the stairs? His solo flourish. Panic after I threaten contest. June scorches. Headlines blazing. Harper dynasty in flames. Incestuous betrayal. Tabloids feast. Affairs. Embezzlement.
Patricide.
I testify. Voice steady. Exposing all. Dad's death. The will.
The fall.
Jury convicts Alex on all. Manslaughter. Fraud. Attempted murder. Life without parole. Mom? She confesses accessory. Plea deal for house arrest. I failed you both, she weeps in court. Silver hair disheveled.
Istare.
Love and loathing twinned. The blaze consumes. Harper Investments teeters. But I pivot, rebrand as legacy renewed, donating tainted assets to women's shelters. Controversial? Critics howl, whitewash, but survivors cheer. Elena settles out of court. Vera disowns publicly.
Me?
I walk from the courthouse. Sun hot on skin. A free woman scarred but standing. But victory's pyre smokes. Alone in the Hamptons. Waves lapping judgment. I ponder. Was it worth the inferno? The dead don't answer. But the living must rebuild. July 2024 dawns humid. The kind of heat that clings like unfinished business. 2 years to the day since my rebirth in sweat-soaked sheets. The ashes settle slow. Alex in Sing Sing. Mom under ankle monitor in Palm Beach. Her letters weekly pleas for absolution I read, but don't reply to. Forgive. Lily. We're all broken. Broken? Try pulverized. I sell the Hamptons house at auction. Proceeds to a trust for assault survivors. $15M. A drop against the void. The city feels vast. Echoing. My corner office overlooks a skyline scarred by scaffolds. Much like my soul. Summer drags with audits and apologies from board members, distant cousins, even Elena over coffee at Le Pain Quotidien. He was charming, she shrugs. Latte foam on lip. Till he wasn't. I nod. No judgment. We've all danced with devils. Work steadies. Legacy renewed launches with fanfare. My keynote at Davos light drawing applause. From betrayal to bedrock. Rebuilding trust one truth at a time. Flashbulbs pop. But inside, the ashes stir doubts. Was revenge rebirth? Or just recursion? August brings Harlan's final report. Yacht case closed. Alex's juvenile antics officially manslaughter. No appeal. Mom's health rallies, clean scans. Yoga in the villa garden, but our bridge? Charred timbers. I visit once. Labor Day. The drive south of meditation on Mercy. She's thinner. Eyes haunted. Serving key lime pie on the lanai. Lilybug. You came. We talk surface, weather, books, then depths. I thought protecting him protected us. Foolish. Her hand trembles in mine. I squeeze. The first thaw. You protected wrong.
Mom.
But I love you still. Tears flow. Cathartic. The ashes fertilizing fragile growth. Fall foliage flames crimson as I date, cautiously. A gallery owner named Theo with laugh lines and no skeletons. Dinners at Gramercy Tavern. Walks in the village. He calls me fierce, unaware of the forge. Intimacy scares, trust a minefield, but his patience chips the walls. You've got worse stories, he says one night. Fingers tracing my appendix scar. Wanna share? I do.
Haltingly, the death.
The return. The blaze. He listens. No pity. Just badass. For the first time, laughter feels unforced. October's trial echoes fade. Alex sues from prison. Frivolous libel.
Dismissed.
His letters shift. Therapy jargon. Working on myself. I donate them to a prison lit program. Controversial. Perhaps. But closure's gray. Mom joins group therapy via Zoom. Her shares inspiring my TED Talk redux. Ashes to agency. Forging family from fragments. Applause thunders. A survivor in the front row hugs me post-talk. Whispering thank you. The ashes bloom. November chills. Thanksgiving at my table, Mom.
Tay.
Sarah elevated to auntie status. Turkey carves clean. Toasts to new legacies. Mom raises glass. To Lily. Our phoenix. I clink. Throat tight. No Alex. But his absence carves space for healing. December snow dusts the tree in Rockefeller Center as I propose to Theo under the lights. Impulsive? Or earned? He yes. Ring glinting like promise.
Mom beams via video.
Her house arrest lifting early for good behavior. Grandkids. Lily. Harper's redeemed. New Year's Eve. 2025. Ball dropping in Times Square throng. Theo's hand in mine. Crowd roaring. I think of stairs. Wills. Guns. The dead Lily whispers enough. Ashes aren't end. They're soil. I lean into Theo. Here's to living. Epilogue whispers. Alex paroled in a decade. Perhaps changed. Mom lives to 85. Doting grandma.
Me?
CEO by 35. Foundation thriving. Scars faded but stories etched. Rebirth wasn't just revenge, it was reclamation. In America's grind, where betrayal's the tax on trust, I paid. Then profited. Blood's thicker than water, but will's forged in fire. And mine? Unbreakable.